ass. Cash, cash, ass, bags, bag. Cash rules everything around. Ass. Get it, get it, get it, get it, cash, get it, get it, cash, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
Well, hello best friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, what's up? My name is Sin, or you can call me Aiyanyi, and I make wigs. So today's video is brought to you by Sunber hair. They did send me their straight texture in 24, 24, 22, a 20, and a 20-inch closure. All right, I'm just showing you the packaging and the hair care instructions on the back. Their closure is not pre-plucked, and it is on a thin side, I am going to say, because you're going to tell when I am, customizing it. So this is going to be how I customize my closures and my frontals, because it basically goes hand in hand, okay? And I'm just going to show you how I make my closures and frontals look natural, because I get that question a lot. So all I'm going to use is some quick blue. I'm going to take one scoop, well, a half a scoop. A lot of people always ask me about measurements, so yeah, I'm gonna take a half a scoop and I'm gonna do 1:1 ratio, and I'm gonna take the same amount of developer, I'm gonna mix it up, and then it's gonna get thick and I'm gonna apply it to the frontal. It's not gonna be too thick, and but it's not gonna be loose at all. So you want it to look like that, like it's not gonna fall off the brush. All right, and then you want to just apply it. Okay, you guys, let's talk. I will show my face, but I ain't looking kind of bomb right now, so I am just gonna say what I have to say real quick, and then we will move on to the next step of the video. So I get asked a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot, especially on my bleaching videos. How do you know how long to keep your bleach on, or how long did I keep my bleach on such and such hair, or my knots, or whatever like that, right? Every hair is processed different, and when I say that, I mean each manufacturer has their own way of processing their hair, making their hair look like this, right? Silky and stuff. This hair is not virgin hair. This hair is processed. This hair probably came from different people, different donors, and they chemically process it to make it all go in the same direction, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I tell everybody there's 3 types of hair. There's synthetic, there's blended, there's raw. There's no in between. All this Remy shit, all of that, knock it off. Like, it's just synthetic, blended, and raw, okay? And when I say blended, that means it has synthetic fibers. Like, I see synthetic fibers in here. So when I go to flat iron it, these synthetic fibers are going to melt. These are called fillers, okay? So each manufacturer process hair a different way. The synthetic situation is a different story, and I promise I am going to do a video on that. I'm just swamped with wigs right now. But anyway, when it comes to bleaching, when you use bleach on hair in general, it does not matter if I say let it sit on for 20 minutes. Girl, you better watch your closure, because your batch of hair probably processes faster than my black batch of hair. So me telling you a specific time to let the bleach sit on there, it's not a good way to bleach hair, because you have to definitely watch it, okay? So, for example, me, I'm going to let this sit on here for a minimum of 15 minutes before I check it. And I say that because I did use 30 volume developer, and 30 volume developer does work fast, but I am not smothering the hair. And when I say smothering, I'm not using plastic wrap, I am not using foil to process the hair faster. I want it to process slow, because when you're bleaching knots, the little dots that's on top of your lace that you can see, that and you guys think that is unnatural and stuff like that, when you process that, when you bleach that, you are essentially weakening your knots that's on your lace. So my whole thing is, when I bleach knots, I want it to be a honey blonde, okay? Because if it's a honey blonde and it's a bit brassy, I could tone that out, right? But if you bleach it to a 613 or like a yellow blonde, a banana blonde, you basically killed your closure, because it's going to shed. Those little knots are what's holding your hair strands in your closure, or your lace right here, because this is lace, together. So if you weaken that, because bleaching weakens hair, you are essentially weakening the knot. So when you go into wash it and manipulating the hair and combing it and brushing it and putting heat in it and styling it and over and over and over again, you're going to essentially start seeing your closure or your frontal get bald because you over process your wig. So like when you hear people say, oh well, my frontal is balding, well, that's a good reason why it's balding. I mean, in some cases there are horrible frontals. So I'm just gonna let this air unprocess. I'm gonna come back in 15 minutes. I'm gonna check on it to see if I should let it process a little bit more, and if I should, I'll just let it continue to process. And then I'm gonna go into toning the closure, and I'll just show you guys how I tone the closure from that point on. So I did leave the bleach on the closure for a total of 25 minutes. It was ready to be washed off because I didn't want it to get any lighter than what it was. So I'm just going to wash off the bleach, and I am going to wash the closure, I keep wanting to say frontal, with some Pantene Naturals. And I love using Pantene Naturals on my extensions because it does have protein, okay? So it'll help, you know, revitalize your closure or your hair, whatever like that. It helps it. And it smells awesome. So this is what my closure looks like. As you can see, when I told you like it's on a thin side, it is on a thin side. Like it wasn't me because I bleached it. It's just a thin closure, but it's okay. So you see the brassiness on there. We're going to kill that with some Shimmerlite shampoo. Now I love the generic version, and I said this in the other video. I love it because it's not too strong, but it's not weak, and it'll get the job done just right on the budget. So I will link that down below as well, and you could buy this from Sally's. So I put the soap on the closure, oh my god, the closure, and I just smear it. So this is what it looks like when it's freshly washed. The purple shampoo is washed. As you can see, it's not brassy in the back as it was when I first did it. It's more cooled, so that's how you know that the knots are going to be more cooled as well. So this is how you perfectly bleach knots. I am going to go and plug the front of this, but I'm going to do this after I make my wig, and I'm going to make my wig come back. So when it comes to plucking, I'm very simple. I usually take a ½ inch of hair from the hairline out, and I pull everything back. And so what I do is I'll pull the remaining of the hair that's out up, and I'll just pluck from side to side, until I get the density in the front of the hairline that I want. And it's that simple. A lot of people be like, it takes me an hour to pluck. Like, why? Girl, weird. I don't have time for that. So that's all I do, and it comes out looking like that, and it's just bomb. So, you know, that's my little trick. And plucking isn't hard, but like if you have dips and curves in your hairline, it takes a little bit more effort, and I am going to do a video on that as well. So when I apply my lace or melt the lace, I like to melt it to my actual skin color because I usually don't have a makeup and I'm usually on the go. So I like my lace to blend in with my skin instead of my makeup, if that makes sense. So the Ruby Kisses is a great color that I use underneath my lace to blend everything out. This is what the wig looks like. I do want to note that the bundles did have a lot of flyaways, and that the bundles do thin out from the weft to the tips. So keep that in mind, okay, you guys, if you do decide to purchase hair from this company. But other than that, I'm living for it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you know, to leave them down below in the comment area, and I'll be back and I will answer all of that for you. Other than that, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And best friends, I will be back with another video. Ooh, I am on the road with the videos though. You can't say that I'm not. Bye, best friends.